Welcome to the London Horror Movie Club. I'm horror writer Lauren Jane Barnett.
And I'm Chris Sapikowski, Lauren's older brother, and I've been watching horror movies since I was 8.
Join us as we talk about the wild, weird, and wonderful horror films set in England's eerie capital. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to London Horror Movie Club. It's October, it's Halloween, so you've got to be loving doing that today. We have somebody who has all of the spooky and fantastic energy in the world today. She is an actress who is just starting out in the horror genre, but has already made waves in the indie film industry. She's worked with Fausti Films. She's worked with Tiz Films, Video Shop Tales of Terror 2. She's already going to be working with us at Large Potato, Small Potato. I do know the name of that. So she's already making huge waves everywhere. She's been a vampire. She's been a space girl. I don't know if I'm allowed to say other things that you've been because I know that movies that are coming out are tight-lipped, but she's amazing, a very talented actress and a lot of fun. Welcome to Asena Roberts.
Hey. Hi guys, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
It's great to have you. So I want to start out a little bit by saying acting is such a crazy world. How did you decide to get into it now?
I did not really decide to get into it. I've been basically pulled into it.
Yeah.
But because, I always loved a bit of a stage art. I was a dancer. I did here and there bits and pieces. And I love in front of the audience and camera and stuff like that. But then when I moved to UK, my husband then was working on the small productions. He was doing directing, writing, and all that stuff. And what I was doing, I was working in the behind the camera. So I did catering, I did mics, I did this and that. So it is really hard, by the way. Whoever does behind the camera, like heads off, that's a heads off thing. So I was working in there, and then I was being pulled into say, can you act in this one? Can you act in that one? Can you have this? Can you have that? And then I loved it. And I found it honestly much more, I'm not going to say easier, but much more for me to be in front of the camera rather than being behind the camera. And then one day we've got a friend, he said, we are looking for an extras. Can you come and act? And that was apparently a sort of a middle budget movie. They're called Renegades. So then he said, can you come and be in an extra? I said, yes, of course. And then because I was dressed up for the role so neatly, so we were supposed to be a mourners in the somebody died, that kind of thing. And then because I was dressed up so neatly, the director said, can you just come in front of the camera and have a sort of a little acting in front of the camera with Patsy Kensit by then.
Ooh.
So that I know, I didn't know who she was. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So there was a hi, that kind of thing. And then I started going like, oh, okay, that looks all right. I think I can do that. I really enjoyed it. I love doing this. That was the best time. And I was like, I'm going to do this. Nice. And then my beautiful friend Lauren said, can you, take this role for us? Because she thought, thank you for that. I will be fitting for that role. And that's how it all started, really. So, and I love doing it. Love doing it.
Now, we met when I think I met you at Horror on Sea back in January. And if I remember correctly, you're from Turkey.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. So now, did you watch horror movies growing up? Was there a big horror movie scene in Turkey?
I literally grew up watching horror movies, which I don't know if that was correct, because when I was a teenager, maybe smaller than that, my mom and dad, by then in Turkey, we didn't have DVDs, this in Turkey, they don't really do like a proper buying the thing and then sell it as a DVD. But what they were doing, they were recording these DVDs in a little shops and they would sell you. Okay. And that was a big computers that you can, with the big cages and stuff, you can put the DVDs on and you can watch them. So we were hiring DVDs. We weren't buying them, but we were hiring them. All these kind of The Exorcist, the Friday the 13th, Elm Street, the Scissor Hands, all kind of movies that I literally grown up with them. We were only watching horror movies in the house with my mom and dad and my small brother, and we were fine somehow. That was like, because because I realized now, because we were very small and we loved it, but we wouldn't maybe. But yeah,
we grew up similarly. I mean,
Yeah.
we were our parents didn't care who or what we really watched. They had like steadfast rules, but horror movies kind of fell underneath that to an extent. So we were allowed to watch. I mean, I think we watched Silence. You probably watched Silence of the Lambs way younger than you should have. Yeah. So that's cool. So you got to come out. You came over to England, and that's when you started going into independent horror films.
Yes. I mean, that is a weird thing because, as I said, I was always watching horror movies, and I had a friend in Turkey back then when I was a very teenager. Again, we would drink, and then he is a writer back. He was a writer. He basically told me, "Can you act this? Can you do this?" When I was drunk, I would act. He sometimes recorded, I loved it. And he said, "You should do this as a profession." I said, "All right." All right then. But then it literally, then I met my husband, which is very weirdly happened to be in the horror scene as a director, which I didn't know that when I met him. So it's nice. It's a nice thing. It's a little universe.
Yeah, it all fits together for sure.
Naturally.
It's, and yeah,
So
I just love it.
When you were younger, then were there any horror movies you watched where you were like, "Oh, that was my favorite," or you loved that one?
Let me see, because I wrote them down because I knew I wouldn't remember, and then I can't remember that, and then I thought, oh, I love the Final Destination ones.
Oh,
I loved it. Everybody dies. Yeah. Love that one, but the best one, I think that would be Exorcist, because I still remember that, like when we watched it, and the Elm Street, the Freddy.
Oh yeah, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy guy.
Creepy.
That's still yeah.
That's
I do remember those movies so well. Like I do remember how I watched it, where I watched it exactly, so I remember everything about that moment. So I must have loved them really. Yeah, and then we would sleep together with my parents for one night. Yeah, I loved it. I can't lie, I loved it.
That's funny. I just purchased on an online site all the Friday the 13th movies. Or not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I have all the Friday the 13th too. But I was talking to my son who's 16, and he goes away to school, so he was like, "Hey, I really want to see The Conjuring 4." And he's like, "What other movies do you recommend?" I said, "Well, I just bought all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies." He goes, "Yeah, I watched 1 and 2. They're awful." It was like a stab in the heart. This happened last night. I'm trying to recommend him movies to watch. Halloween. It's like he only watches scary movies like in October. It's like it's Halloween. Let's get in the mood, and he loves the Halloween movies with Mike Myers. He can handle some of the Friday the 13th with Jason. He hates Freddy Krueger. Thinks it's dumb. Thought it was like he's like wasn't scary at all. I'm like, "You're not my son. You left, and I have no idea what you've done."
Well, he's a nice guy, the Freddy.
I don't know about that.
I love him.
He's the man of women's dreams.
You dream him.
We really need to get a drum set and a cymbal for when we say things like that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go.
No, go do it.
No, because I was gonna say, I don't know if I said it or not. I will say it. I should say, I don't know. We watch the Chucky with my daughter. She's 2.5. We watched it, and I realized the halfway through, I said, "This movie is scary. Like it's really scary. It scared me more now when I watched it in the past for some reason." But my daughter was fine with it. She's 2.5. but still, I was like, can we just turn it off? Just stop it. That movie is really scary.
Yeah,
That
child.
face,
That-
that child, like honestly,
Okay.
don't
I don't
like
know if I'd
it.
let my 2.5-year-old watch Child's
I know,
Play. She's
like why
braver than
I
me.
did that. I don't know why I did that. She was scared of one movie, the so far we watched, the Charlie the Chocolate Factory,
Mm.
the one the Johnny Depp
Oh, yeah.
is.
Okay. The recent
So
one.
at the one scene, there was a little girl eat something and then she become big in a purple. That scared her. She was like, "Mommy, I want to."
Interesting.
Very
Huh.
interesting, but she was so fine with the Chucky. She was like, "Ah, my friend."
Oh no, does she want a good guy doll
She's gonna be in movies. She's gonna be perfect. She's like, this doesn't scare me
Definitely.
at all.
We've got this Nostromo big posters and stuff like that in the hallway. She every single time when she walked past, she was like, "Hi, Grandpa,"
now?
because my dad is bald as well. She thinks this is a grandpa.
Wait, so then has she seen you as a vampire? Because you got those great photos of you from as a vampire.
No, she didn't.
Hmm.
No, I think I should show her. Who's
Definitely.
this?
It's
Yeah, I
mommy.
will do that. It's a good idea.
It is, yeah.
She will
Or
never look at me the same way again.
when she comes over for when she comes over with her boyfriend down, many years from now. But you can have like the Nosferatu poster, like the grandpa, and then your pictures of vampires, and
That's
yeah,
it.
we
That's
can
the
judge.
aim.
You can judge boyfriends that way.
That's the way to do it. There you go. That's a good idea. Thank you, Chris.
Well, I'm curious. So you went from behind the camera helping out to
Yeah,
in front of the camera, and you do
yeah.
enjoy that more. What is it like? What is an experience that you've had that like? What was like that first experience you had that made you know that like this is what I want to do?
I think as a first of all, I've got a lot of energy. A lot of energy. Okay. So when you've got behind the scene job doing the behind the scene, you've got a lot thing to do before the production. That's enormous amount of work. It's crazy. Okay. And you do that, without that, you can't make the movie. That's for sure. But when you come at the filming bit, you then judge all the, when you're behind the camera, you do all the work behind the camera, but you've got to wait. There is a long waiting, sort of calming your energy down and see and watch and what is going on. You need to observe a lot when you're behind the camera to be able to correct things, bits and pieces. I was doing continuity, which I'm quite good with it because my brain works that way. So I was basically watching everything and anything. But then I realized it basically making my energy going so down because I was sitting down and I was going like, okay, I need to watch the. So that made me feel, I don't think I should do this because I cannot put all the potential out while I'm in behind the camera. Whether when I go front the camera, I can do the same thing. It doesn't matter how high energy scene or low energy scene or, emotional, happy, screaming, whatever, it doesn't matter. I can do this from the beginning all along for hours, same energy. So I don't, because my energy doesn't drop, I stay at the same height all the time. After we finish filming, I go like this. But during filming, you can basically hold me for 8 hours and I will give you the same thing, same energy, same level, same scene all the time. So that made me think I can go for this because that is more like I can let things out, I think.
That makes sense. Totally.
Yeah.
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 You and I have talked about before how much a shoot takes out of you. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that because we haven't ever had the chance to ask actors about that. Behind the scenes, you have directors who obviously have spent months leading up to it and they're exhausted. So would you talk a little bit about like how that works with the energy and then all of a sudden you have to recover?
So far, I was only basically in a productions that we shoot for like 4 days ba 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 ba. That was as long as I got so far.
Mhm.
And at 4 days, I was basically had the same energy, never drop, same energy from beginning till end. And then as soon as they go like, okay, it's finished, my face started burning. You go like, whoa. Literally, the whole of my face started burning. And then when I sit in the train, I go like, I don't want to talk to anyone. Don't talk to me. Don't say hi to me because I'm not going to answer. I'm not listening. I'm just closed. I'm done. I'm gone. So one day, it basically, because I've got a daughter, I cannot really say like, oh, I'm going to rest for 5 days. I don't have that chance. So luckily, I've got this sort of like a bowl of energy that I can just spit it. So I had to sleep so long. So what happened as soon as the shoot finished, I slept for like 12 hours or something. I was like, I need to sleep. So 12 hours. When you wake up, all of your muscles ache. Like imagine you've got a workout, but it's an intense, running sort of boxing sort of workout. And then all of your muscle aches, including my fingertips. I was like, I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't need to recover. I just need to enjoy because it will go away. It goes away very quickly in my case. I don't know other people how they experience it, but I just love that recovery phase as well.
Now, do you
So
find you mentioned it was like splitting plates on the sticks, right? Did you just say that it was like spinning plates? Did you not say that? Am I completely
spinning plates. Did I say spinning
no?
plate?
I think she said about spitting energy out.
Spitting energy out.
I'm sorry. I completely missed that. I was thinking with all the stuff going on, there's like spinning plates, and I'm like, okay, when I get to 2 plates, I'd be done. Like, how are you dealing with like 9? But you didn't say that. So I'm just making up a conversation that we're
No,
having in
good
my
though. I mean, that heads off.
head. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
No, good. I gotta know. Oh, sorry, Chris. Did you have another follow up?
No, no, no. I'll
No,
think of whatever
he
works.
was just
I'll think of
He was
spinning a plate.
I gotta know that you've now worked with a few different directors. Do you have a favorite style that you really, really like?
I don't want to say.
Come on, just like the
No,
style.
you know
what's it
what?
like?
You know what? Okay, I'm not gonna give any names because I worked for like 4 or 5 different directors. Some of their styles are for me, but because my character just goes, if you tell me that's the scene, you go and act, and then after I act, you tell me something like, oh, can you do a little bit like this? Can you do that? Basically makes me a little bit of like, what am I doing? What do you want me to do? So it's like, so what I like when the directors gives an information about the whole scene, individual person, which one of the director did, I loved it, actually 2 of the director did. So they pull you out of the other people, they just come and talk to you face to face. It doesn't matter how big your role is. Say your motivation is this, that's the scene, that's the background of the scene. That's what happened. That's why I wrote this, how I directing it. That's your emotion is. Just act. That is basically, I go like, all right. Being my guest, then I understand the motivation, because when you read the script, you understand more or less what they thought while they were writing it. But when the director pulls you individually and give you a specific thing, saying that's the background of it, that's how you need to think. You're scared, I think, from this. So then you basically get that emotion in. As soon as I put the costume on, and as soon as the camera is rolling, I'm on it. Before the cameras are rolling, I'm like nervous. I'm like this, I'm like this, I'm like this. And as soon as you put the camera, say, action, that's it.
Interesting. So do you ever get into the mode of like where like every you see like gag reels and stuff where people keep laughing or they can't pull off a scene because it's funny. Do you like, I mean, you laugh a lot, so like is there a chance that like everybody gets the case of the giggles and then finish the scene right away?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember. Tell.
When we were shoot Video Shop Taser for Lust and Revenge, that was a very crowded scene. We were like 6-7 actors in it. And because everybody was really good what they were doing, that the dynamic was incredibly good between the actors. So we basically, from the beginning, everybody start passing, lines between each other, blah, blah, blah. But then the scene is so funny. At some point, we were like, everybody was trying to act. We are acting, but we had to stop it a couple of times to say, man, I can't do this. I'm laughing. I cannot do this. Because not just because actors are laughing, behind the camera, director is laughing, everybody is laughing, like literally, and you see them from the side.
Right.
I was like, I need to get this through, but it's very hard, very hard. But some of the scenes that we've done, while I am at the scene myself, when I see they're laughing, that actually motivated me more doing it. So that basically I didn't laugh because I realized the other people laughing. I said, that is supposed to be the scene. That's how the audience are going to feel this. And I'll have to get this through even more. That you're going to need to do it more, just exaggerate what you're doing. Don't worry about whoever laughing, that kind of thing. So some scenes, it motivates you. But some of the things that you got to laugh, man.
Yeah, that was a movie I laughed through most. I mean, that was a very funny movie and lots of it was just great. But yeah, I could see where there'd be a lot of fun had on the set as well.
So lovely. It was really lovely. It was the most fun. When I came home, I laughed it more. I was like, this happened. So yeah, so fun. I love it. But yeah. Whoever made it, cheers to them.
Well done, Alex.
Well done, Alex. Well done, all of you.
So what is it like for you watching yourself on screen then in the final cut? What's that like?
Before, I did not like watch myself. So before Video Shop Tales of Terror, I didn't like it. So with some of the people has the same thing, I think. So when you watch yourself on the screen, you get icky. I was like, I don't want to watch myself, that kind of attitude. But then I sort out why that was happening to me. Because I was looking at the movie and watching myself as an individual like me there. Asena is acting, which is so wrong. So I start basically looking at the movies and myself in the movies saying, did that person, not Asena, but that vampire or that whatever blah, does it fit in the scene? That's how I start looking at it. I basically start looking at the whole movie in a production saying, does that person fit in there? Does that role fit in there? Does she acting okay regarding things that she's been giving and putting it in her environment? When I basically start and watching the movie, which is Start Video Shop Tales of Terror, I basically stand back and watch the movies. It's not me acting, it's a vampire acting, or it's a, whatever person is acting. And I start judging. Does it look okay? Is she standing all right? Is she giving the emotions okay? So then I start loving myself watching it. Because I love watching me and everybody else in it. Because I came to the point that I can judge myself, saying I don't think they should they should cast this person in this movie. I can now say that because I'm not looking at myself in the movie. I'm looking at the character that I am playing in the movie. Does that make sense?
Totally, yeah.
No, that's good. I don't know if I have that. I haven't acted, so I don't know. But just watching the podcast, I wish there's a way to put my camera off and just have like a voice of God type of thing.
We love your face, Chris.
No. No, I just got done watching that Monster Ed game thing, and every time she says only a mother could love you, I'm like, that's this face. Only a mother could love this face.
No, we love you. You've got a
No. I wasn't fishing. I wasn't fishing for compliments. I was just saying. I sometimes watch the podcast back, and I wish I was just the voice of God. That's all.
I will tell. I cannot, because I teach Pilates in a
Mhm.
basically and like a make a living. So when I teach online, I do record classes to send to my clients. I cannot watch those because that's the difference, you see. So I cannot watch those video clips because when I watched them, I was like, why am I talking this way? Why am I doing this? Because that's me. That's me doing
Gotcha.
it.
Yep.
Got me. But when I watch the movie, that's not really me. That's me playing something else and see if that works. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you totally can see the character over yourself, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Would you let your daughter act in movies if there was when she gets to older? But would you be happy if she wanted to try that out?
I would love that. I would love that. So the thing is, you know, the mothers and fathers, they basically sometimes put their dreams onto their child, say, you gotta be this, you've gotta be that. I don't want to be that person, but I do believe she's got an ability and incredible amount of talent. I'm not gonna lie, it's not because it's my child, but everybody else around me that met her says she's got a talent for something to do with art. She's good with painting, she's good with acting. Sometimes she acts like, and she knows she's acting, but I don't know if she's acting or not. I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, what is happening? Are you acting? What are you doing? And then she started laughing. It's only me, mommy. It's only Eva. So she's got that kind of like a little pieces, you know, that I would love her to try it if she wants to try it. You
Yeah.
know, dancing, definitely. I put her in a dance classes because I am coming from that background. If nothing else happens, you then try to like basically get to know your body better with dancing or acting or any stage type of art. You then start knowing your body and how your brain works and the coordination with everything and anything. If nothing comes out of it, she will gain that. I think.
Weirdly on that, I'm taking away from Eva a bit more your background. Obviously, you said you had background in dance and you do Pilates, so you must be very aware of your body. You're very much do quite a lot of physical comedy and act when you're doing your comedy, and you do a lot of physical acting. Do you think that comes naturally to you, or is it that you prefer it, or what do you think of that?
I think I wasn't like I'm not aware I'm doing a lot of gestures, but most of the people told me that I've got incredible amounts of gestures and mimics and body language and stuff like that. So that must have been coming from that. Must have been. So yes, I am quite aware of my body. I know how to use my body. That definitely must have been coming from it. Definitely.
Is
Because
it
I start dancing from a very young age. So not like a professionally ballet dancer or anything like this, no. But I was doing Latin dance and folk dance in Turkey, and I've been doing Pilates and some sort of like a body related things just to keep my mind sane. That's the reason that I got into it. So that definitely has an effect on it, 100%.
Do you mind if I follow up asking, is it something you're aware of when you're acting, or is it just unconscious? It happens naturally.
I am definitely aware of the posture, which I wasn't aware of it before. When I looked at my first production, really first production, 2018 or something, I wasn't aware of it because I think I didn't have the confident as well about what I was doing. I was sort of like in a ball curl saying, I don't know if I should do this kind of a posture. And it did reflect on the camera. And I was like, oh, no, that shouldn't happen. So then since then, I go up and then start whatever the thing I'm acting, sitting, standing, or wherever I am very aware of my posture. So I'm very much using all of my muscles just to get that posture done. But apart from that, the face and arms and legs or anything and everything, that just comes naturally.
Really cool.
So Lauren mentioned that you were Space Girl and a vampire. Is there
Yes.
anything that you want to play? Like a type of
I
character you want to play?
I didn't really say I want to be a vampire in my entire life, just sitting down and say, oh, I want to be a vampire. No.
Right.
But after I had it, I was like, I make a good vampire.
You really do.
You know, I can be a vampire. It's okay. Or, you know, space person. I loved
Yeah.
it. I never thought you don't think of that in your daily life. Said I want to be a space person in the movie. You don't, you know. But when it gets to it, I loved it. I honestly loved it. That was my first, I would say, proper acting performance with other actors and actresses. That was like incredibly beneficial to me. That's what I would say. Very
Okay.
beneficial to me. Because I observe everybody and anybody around me while I'm acting. I do observe other people how they're acting. Because you've got to learn, you know. You've got to learn. You can learn anything and everything from anyone. So I watch and yeah, that was really beneficial. Loved it. Thank you.
No, it's honestly fantastic. And I know you've done a lot of other projects, some of which you can't necessarily specifically talk about, but have there been roles that you've done since that you really enjoyed or got quite a lot out of, or alternatively ones that you found really challenging?
I don't want to sound like I didn't find any of it challenging. I don't want to say this, but I didn't find it really challenging. But the most that I love, because that was really different and I was doing it 5 days, 5 days, quite into it. The last production I was in with Fausties, cannot talk about it. It's a secret production that basically I loved. I basically, yeah, that was one of my favorite to be in because that was really different. It was really different. So I'm looking forward to see that how it comes out. Because that is a kind of a challenging, that was a little bit challenging to me because there was a lot of things that I haven't done at all in my entire life. So I'm quite curious how it will come out.
And it's fine if you say can't, but is there anything you can say at all about what you had to do
At
or
all.
nothing? Fair enough.
Nothing.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Okay.
But I will say that when it comes out, it will be something. That's what my feeling is. So when it comes out, I think that will be something different. And I think, in my opinion, you'll be like, whoa, that was something. Cool. I think.
Now, can you see that a film or a project that you're working on is going to be something just by reading the script, or is it once everybody gets on the set and you're collaborating and you're working with everybody? Like, can you read a script and be like, this is going to be fun, or this is going to be great, or can you judge it by just the script?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Of course. Of course. No, the thing is, because when you see the cast, because we are working in independent movies, which I think much better than a huge big budget movies. I will put it out there.
I agree.
That's it.
More creative.
More creative. You can actually spontaneously do things in it. They allow you to do things. They allow you to be yourself in it, and then things comes out so well. So when you look at the script and when you know the cast and crew, you say that's gonna be an epic fun. That's gonna be an epic fun. So you know it because you know the people more or less how they work, you know. So you know the people more or less how they behave, because it's really important. I personally wouldn't like working, it never happened before, but wouldn't like working with people go like behind the camera. That puts me down, you know, because I'm not there to be a Hollywood actor or whatever, you know, I'm just be there to create something together. And when you're creating something, why are you being, you know, what's the point of it? So if I see something like that, that will put me down. but I've never experienced anything like this. Everybody and anybody I worked with, they were incredibly talented, incredibly fun, and really good people. So that is basically, I definitely can judge. Now, when I have the script, I say, well, yeah, that's going to be epic fun. That's going to be really like movie, something like, whoa, people will go, whoa, something from the cast and crew and a script. So.
Nice.
Cool.
And do you, when you're sort of in the in-between phase, you've made the film and you're waiting for it to happen, do you find you get impatient, or do you just try and switch your focus? How do you deal with that in between?
I just forget about it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, yeah, that's good.
That's impressive.
Because the thing is, it's not in my control, is it? Like, what's the point of going thinking, oh, when is it gonna come out? When is it all like, bothering, harassing people? Why is it happening? Is it happening? What's the point of that? So some productions, it happens really quickly, but I believe everything and anything in life has a time frame. So things will come out when they're supposed to come out. You will start seeing things when you're supposed to see things. So that kind of attitude. So I'm not, of course, I'm so excited to see it, very excited to see it. I think about it sometimes as like, oh, I'm looking forward to see this. But it doesn't matter when it comes out because I know it will come out.
Have you gotten the writing bug at all?
What's that mean?
Have you been inspired?
Have you been inspired to write your own story? I mean, you've watched a lot of films, you've acted in them. Do you have the interest to create your own?
No, but what I do, I am not good. I'm not going to say I'm not good, but I never have an intention to write things. I don't think that's me. I don't think that's me. I haven't tried it, but I have a feeling that it's not going to work for me. I will probably get some patience in between. I go, I said that kind of thing. So I don't want to do this. But we've got, me and Lauren got sort of little ideas. So I love giving ideas because I've got an enormous amount of idea pool in my head. And when I basically read the script, or when somebody tell me they're writing a script, I cannot help but give an idea or put a comment on, or that kind of thing, because I believe that I understand good movies. I'm not gonna pull back from it. I think I understand good movies. When you have a good script, I understand it, if it works or not for the audience, that specific audience. So I cannot help but give opinions and comments, but I don't write.
No.
No, that's
I send a voice message instead.
Yes, she does. She does.
Lauren, I did.
They're always very good as well.
Like 10 minutes voice message. So yeah, that's what I do.
When you actually, I'm curious now, because we, as Asena said, we have we came up with an idea together. We co-created an idea, and I ended up writing the script for it. How do you, when that happens, how do you sort of find being, I don't know, how do you find the process works for you? Does it get you kind of, do you immediately go into actor mode? Do you picture it like a director? How does it visualize, where everything I do goes through words? It's writing. What's it like for you?
Okay, visual. Everything is a visual. The emotion. So I'm not interested what is written there. Of course, I'm interested what is written there because I will act on it. But to me, I was always good with remembering lines. I've never had any problem with it. For some reason, since I was a child, those little history books that they make you test from it when you're like middle school, high school, I would memorize it. Like I would close my eyes. It's a 50 right hand side is that picture. So that kind of a memory, but short term, I cannot remember any of it. In a long term, I know it's weird.
That's amazing.
So I've got no problem remembering things. Now I said I'll probably mess up at some point.
The grocery list is going to go completely haywire now.
But as soon as I read it, I read the lines and I start visualizing it. the emotions, the when I read the line, emotion, I don't look at it as a line or as a story. I look at it as emotion. That's what is emotion. That's what is emotion. So that person should wear this, and then should have that personality to be able to show these emotions in that script. So I look at it, including, that was very weird when one of the productions, I said, I think I'm not going to wear a nail polish because it's not going to go with it. Or I think I'm going to wear this nail polish because it's going to go with it because I should wear this. So I look at it from top to bottom as a whole, including my fingernails. And emotion, because when I put that nail polish on, I know with that costume the emotion will come out. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I look at the whole thing as a one piece in order to keep that emotion out. Spit it out. Scream. So,
Can you cry on cue?
huh?
Can you cry on cue? Can you have tears?
I can.
Okay.
Though I might have maybe I need a bit of a help with the onion or something.
Yeah, no,
So if you give me an onion, the emotion there, I might be able to cry naturally, because I've done that before. Not acting in a stage, but I've done that before a couple of times. I can make myself cry, but at that point I might need a bit of an onion to bring things out, like burst things out. The emotion there, I will take it out. I will cry. Need a bit of an onion to sniff.
Yeah, just to have the last bit. Yeah,
just to have the last bit come out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So moving a little bit away from your acting life, I know you also do a little bit of work with your husband on something called Worldwide Weird, and it's basically, I don't want to give too much of it away, but would you tell us a little bit about it? No, I want you to. You've got to give it away. I want you to tell us a bit about Worldwide Weird, and you've got something big coming up at the end of the year, so I'd love to hear more about it.
Yes, so I'm so happy to get this basically done. We basically decided to put a bit of a festival on because my husband has been running a film club for a charity, Macmillan Cancer Charity, for years. We've been doing that for 10 years, and in one of the pubs in Good Street, and people come, we put some movies on. It's a very cult movies, and then whoever gives any money, we would basically donate the charity. And then we decided, because we've got this beautiful cinema now. Can I tell the name?
Oh, of course. Yeah, Lumiere.
Okay, Lumiere. Advertising. So the Lumiere Romford, they basically incredible people running the cinema, and they're doing a lot to save the movie culture. That's, you can't help it. So we basically decided to do something together in that cinema on 6th of December, Saturday, from 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. So we are putting 3 movies on. We are bringing 3 guests to the house. Cane Renault, which is a Turkish director. It's an incredible, talented director and writer. I love all of his movies. He's really, really, really talented. So we're bringing him, and we're putting one of his movie to the screen. And then we're going to do Q&As with him. Also, we're bringing Lamberto Bava, which is whoa. And we're going to put one of his movie on. Also, we are bringing Margie Newton. Whoa, putting one of her movie on. And they will be able to. So what we planned is, it's not going to be a huge event. We're basically keeping the tickets limited for 280 people. Okay, so we're not going to go over that. It's going to be a sort of nice, exclusive kind of event that with 3 guests, they can come and individually they have a chance to chat with them. They have a chance to listen to their Q&A and get some autographs, anything and everything, whatever they need from them. So that's what the idea is. And I'm really, really excited about it.
Has it been a lot of work?
It has been.
Yeah.
I don't like admin, Chris. I don't like this. I'm not good with computer. My brain doesn't work it that way because you need to have a literally patient to deal with it. You've got to need to sit down and do this. I'm not that person. So that's why that kind of thing is really challenging to me. But my husband Merlin, he has been amazing with doing all kind of like prep work. And I am a sort of kind of in the communication bit with guests and putting some Instagram bits and that kind of like tricks, the social bits and engagement and stuff like that, because I know that this is what I'm good at, and he is really good at with organizing things in a computer and putting posts on and stuff like that.
Perfect. That's a good mix then. You guys got a good
I
team.
know. But yeah, get your tickets! Get your tickets!
Are you allowed to say which movies they are that'll be on?
I am allowed to say them. One of them is Sayara, which is John Rose movie. So it's his last movie. That is a sort of a revenge cult movie. It's really dark. It's dark. It's very dark. And another one is La Metubava Macabre. We are putting on. We decided to put the Macabre, not the demons, because, I think he's quite proud of that movie as well himself, and then make a change of rather than putting demons on, which everybody puts the demons on, said if we just put the Macabre on, get this out. For the Margie Newton, we are putting Hell of the Living Dead.
That's going to be really good. Do you
I
think
hope I said all of the names correctly?
Do you think that it's kind of the thing where you thought the films went really well together, or that they go really well together? Is there a theme? How does it connect?
The directors and actors goes really well together. So we wanted to basically do something cult, like something sort of underground, not like commercial, the same movies. We wanted to do something because the event name is Worldwide Weird. We wanted to be a bit weird, So that's kind of an idea of we will keep hopefully continue what we're doing and keep bringing weird names and weird movies into it. So hopefully that was what the idea is. Just be a bit of more weird.
Yeah, I like it. That's a great idea.
Because I know the Turkish director Sayar, I'll just talk because I'm basically communicating with him all the time. I know the movie, the Sayara we will show, most of the festivals get back to him and said, including in England, they said, this is a lovely movie, it's a brilliant movie, but it's too dark to show. So they can't even, they say we cannot put this on because it's dark. So that kind of thing. So we wanted to put it on because it's dark.
They won't, we will. Worldwide Weird.
That. If you've got a dark and weird movie, give it to me.
Bring it.
So that's kind of an idea,
Okay.
But yeah, hope everything will go as is planned. And yeah, we want to have a sort of friendly, warm, not too many people engaging with guests, basically. And we wanted to listen to guests more about their life and how they make movies and how they feel about their movies, so that kind of thing.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. I mean, just the fact that they can interact with the director. Hey, that's all that matters, and everyone else is just, it's even better. It's even better.
For me, if there's a festival, but I'll dress up and I'll have fun. Yeah.
So
I do have one. I want to go ahead first. Now,
no, go for it.
I want to jump back real quick onto your acting side, but I always love, especially with the independent films, because everybody always is like, for my day-to-day job, I do this, and then it's just like it is really a labor of love. Yeah. But like I am obsessed with just film sets and like where people shoot. is there a place that you have shot that is just amazing, or do you have a dream location that you would want to film on?
Whoa, what a question, Chris. What a
I'll
question,
take
Chris.
it.
Whoa. So what I liked when I worked in a very small production, I was doing catering for them. We had a sort of we shoot the movie in a farm in Devon, Cornwall, somewhere in Cornwall. It's a little teeny farm, but that has a lake, and that I loved it because we were in the nature. But don't get me wrong, I hate sleeping on a tent. I cannot physically do it. I cannot physically do it. So if anyone making production requires to sleeping in a tent, no. It's not gonna happen. So that I loved it. That was sort of like my dream location. That was, oh, that looks so good. But the rest of the things that we shot, it was always like studio in a little somewhere and that kind of place. So I didn't really have any experience to saying, whoa, what a location, But what I would say, I definitely would like to have shoot a movie in a sort of like, again, a farmhouse, but like, those wooden old houses that look spooky from outside. It's like a little teeny wooden house with a big garden and stuff. So that would be my sort of dream thing to shoot, because I believe that will come amazing things out of it. Oh, we had another shoot in cottage, one of the cottages somewhere, I don't remember, out of London. That was really nice as well. It's like a little cottage, like old cottage with the top.
Oh yeah,
Look,
with the real thatch.
Oh, the thatch roof.
That's it. Look like a house, but it's not a house. That kind of thing. That was lovely as well. So that kind of an aesthetic thing, I will take it, because it looks really aesthetic. I love it.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I was curious about what films you've been watching lately that you've enjoyed, because it's Halloween season. This is going to come out a few days before Halloween. What are some things people can go out and watch now?
We definitely have Tim Burton's. I think Tim Burton's. The Happy Halloween, Happy Halloween,
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Because my daughter loves it. We've been watching that every single day. From the beginning, Jack and Sally. We've been watching that, which I think is one of the, spot on, beautiful Halloween movies. But other than that, we haven't really been able to watch any other Halloween movies. Not yet. But we have actually watched, I want to give some names, honestly. I watched recently the movie called Speak No Evil, but not the American,
the Danish one.
Yeah. Not the American one, the Danish one. That I love that one. Honestly love that one. Another movie I watched, I think that was on Netflix. I watched it twice in 1 week because I said once is not enough for this movie, called Nocturnal Animals. Has anyone seen that?
Oh,
Heard of this movie? I have not seen it.
Whoa! So it's I was being able to watch twice with the same, focus, because I don't think once is enough. It's incredibly arty in that I can't even tell anything about it. You just have to watch. There's one of the movies that you have to watch, I think. The recent one,
Okay.
cool.
But yeah. That too, it sticks with me all the time. Recent. And a Pearl. Recently I've watched that. Pearl.
Pearl, okay.
What a what do you call it, performance, isn't it? The whole thing is just a theatrical and an acting movie. That's what it's, an acting movie. I loved it because it is pure acting. It was incredible to me. I was like, whoa. I literally cried 2 times in the movie just because how well she was acting in it. It literally made me cry. I said, God damn it. What the hell acting is that? So I think, those 3 movies stick with me.
Is there anything that you're looking forward to that's coming out? Do you see like theater or previews on, or do you look more at independent stuff or just no?
Independent stuff, I watch them. So because we've got these little Instagram family bits for the
Mhm.
independent movies, so every single time when a movie comes out, I literally, if they keep a DVD out, we buy them, or I watch them. So I rather watch independent movies than now big Hollywood movies, if that makes sense. So I basically stopped watching those big budget whatever movies are, which is good in their own genre. I rather buy those independent movies, and we basically show those movies in Worldwide Weird. We still
Mhm.
have the event in a pub in the meantime before we get to the big event. We basically show whoever makes a small budget movie, independent movie, we have been showing their movies continuously to our small audience. So I watch those movies. But at the minute, I can't think of anything is coming out and I'm looking forward to it. But if something comes out, I will buy it. I will watch it. If it is good, I will watch this. It's a must watch.
Do you have anything you remember from like this past year, say when we went to Horror on Sea, that you really enjoyed, or anything that your friends have done this past year that you thought were really great?
Of course, Video Shop Tales of Terror, Lust and Revenge.
Amazing.
Of course. Of course. That was really good. I want to watch that again. I'm looking forward to that movie when they put a DVD out, Blu-ray or whatever, I will just buy that. It's just not because I'm in it, honestly. It's because it's incredibly nice wraparound story. That was a lot of fun in it. And I watched it in a big screen 2 or 3 times, but I want to watch it in my own environment with a big screen to be able to say, whoa, that's good. And I pick directors inside every genre. It's like, oh, this director is good. That section is really good. That's brilliant. So I love it. What else? I remember I didn't watch anything else really, Lauren.
No, that's fair. Don't worry.
No, in the festivals. Oh, I remember. You know what? In the festivals, when I go to festivals, I really don't watch movies, which is horrible, I know. But because I talk a lot, you can see, I talk a lot, I don't get around to watch a movie. So the first movie I watched in the Dark Fest, that was Tony's movie. God damn it, with the worms in it.
Libra.
God damn it. God damn it. What movie was that? God damn it.
He just screened that at the horror studies department at University of Pittsburgh last week.
It was this is how I met Tony, actually, because after the movie I watched it, and after the movie I went up to him, I said, what the hell, man? What the hell? So that was incredible. I watched that movie, then the Video Shop Tales of Terror in the festivals.
Yeah.
But I think I should watch more movies.
No.
I will say Libro is one of those movies that I have forbidden anyone in my family to watch, because I watched that was Tony's first, like, I'm like, oh, Tony has these movies, I'm gonna watch this. So I'm like, I can't let like anyone in my family see this and then meet Tony, because if you meet Tony, you're not gonna put the 2 and 2 together. But if you watch that first, you're gonna be like, it's always gonna be in the back of your mind. You're like, what the hell, man?
And it's like, oh, it was incredible, that movie. It was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't watch it again. Like, I literally cannot possibly watch it again. I would love to watch it again, but I watched the movie like this for the last 5 minutes. I was like that as I closing my eye, opening my eye. I didn't want to miss it, but I couldn't possibly watch it, That kind of, it was incredible.
No.
But yeah, heads off to Tony. But I'm looking forward to see Witches of the Sand.
Oh, there we go.
The streak continues.
Everybody, what are people going to say when this movie actually comes out? We've been all waiting for it for so long. They won't have anything to say.
Yeah, but you're going to have probably hundreds of audience just waiting and queuing to see that movie, because we've been waiting for that for years now. It's coming now. And I think when it comes, it will come.
It's definitely very highly anticipated.
Amazing. Well, I realize we're coming to the end of our hour, so I do want to wrap up. I just wanted to make sure I could give you a chance if you wanted to send people anywhere to have a look at your work, or if you want to tell people titles of things they should keep an eye out for. If you have anything you want to post up, I'll obviously put up a link to Worldwide Weird tickets as well. But if you have anything else, please let us know before we go.
No, but thank you for watching me. So, thank you for having me. It was a really lovely pleasure. And yeah, that's it. I don't
No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of
Thank you.
fun.
like follow me on there. I'm leaving the link. Follow putting my link right here. So, I'm not that good at it. So if you want to see things that I was involved, follow me. You'll see them.
Yeah.
So that's it.
There you go.
Oh, that's it.
Love
So yeah,
that.
thank you so much, guys. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, of course, to our listeners. This has been the London Horror Movie Club. If you want to share your thoughts about this episode, please head to our Facebook or YouTube pages. We're grateful to Kukurbit, who made our music. Thank you for listening, and please join us next time for the London Horror Movie Club.